Key Nation, what's going on, man? It's your boy Manuel Keen, and today you see it in the title. We're going to be going over a quick tutorial on how to do the stutter effect. Okay, it's super duper simple. You can do it on any DAW. I'm going to be using Logic for this one, but you can use it on any DAW, fam. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button, 'cause we moving, boy. Let's get it. Key Nation, what is going on, fam? As you guys can see in the title, we're going to be going over how to do the stutter effect, the vocal stutter effect. And it's very, very simple. As I said before in the introduction, you can use it on any DAW. You can do Logic, you can do Pro Tools, you can do FL Studio, Reason. Whatever DAW you're using, you can literally use it. Okay? We just going to be using Logic for this one specifically. So without further ado, bam! Here is the screen right here, fam. This is a song called, excuse me. I'm also a little, let me get some water. I'm also a little, down right now, y'all. You feel me? If my energy ain't just all the way up there right now, it's because my Lakers lost, and I hate that. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of my Lakers losing, all right? We're not that good this year. We suck this year, bro, and it just... it's depressing. Anyways, man. So let's go ahead and get into this, fam. The stutter effect, the vocal stutter effect. Okay, this song is called Legendary by the artist. His name is J Max. We actually recorded this about a year ago, or a year and a half ago. If you want to check it out, go to the link in the description. You feel me? It's hard. I mixed it, so if I mix it, it's hard. You feel me? So let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about specifically, though. Let me play a little bit for you so you guys can hear it.
The car shake like a Madden hit stick, not a line
right there. You heard that? Let me go ahead and highlight it so that you guys can hear it again.
Like a Madden hit stick, not a line right there might.
Very, very simple. Okay, super duper simple. You feel me? All you literally have to do, and I'm gonna show you guys, is copy and paste. You feel me? Copy and paste. That's literally it. Cut, copy and paste. That's literally all you have to do for the vocal stutter effect. But I'm going to tell you something that's very, very important for this. Now, the reason why this is very, very important is because with any DAW that you're using, you want to make sure that the tempo is set. That is very, very important. And that's because with any DAW that you have, you're going to be operating off of a snap mode. So the snap mode that I have right now is configured to smart, which means that whenever I move any of these transients, for instance, this one right here, if I move it, and let's say I want to move it to the end of this white line, as you can see right here, right? It's going to snap it to place. The smart, I don't even know the proper wording or the technology to use, but the smart algorithm that's ingratiated within Logic is going to say, okay, Keen wants to move this transient over here to the white line, so we're going to configure this smart algorithm to move it to the white line. Whereas if I were to change it to maybe a bar, right, which is the snap mode, when I move it, it's gonna move up a bar. So let's say I want to snap it somewhere differently. Let me if it'll do it for me, because it's up. See, there we go. It's gonna move it up a bar. So that's what I mean by the snap mode. Now, why is that important? Let me Control Z this real fast. Okay. So why is that important? The reason why that's important is because you want to make sure that whenever you do the stutter effect, right, that it has that exact same thing, that it's set to that tempo. Because the snap, right, like I say, follow me now, the snap mode is in, what's the word I'm looking for? It's literally in correlation with the tempo. So let's say, for instance, if this tempo was set at like 160 or 150, that means that the snap is going to be different for what it's set to. Okay, so you always want to make sure that the tempo is set at whatever the instrumental is, and I showed you guys how to find the tempo in my past tutorials. Okay. So you always want to make sure that that is very, very important. Now, let's go ahead and get into the vocal stutter effect. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what this is. I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and zoom in here so that you guys can hear. Let's zoom out a little bit so that you guys can hear what's going on.
Not a line right.
Oh, and that's because it's got this going on. Let me bring this back up.
Hit stick, not a line right.
Now, as you can clearly see, it's in line. It's right. It's in tempo with what he was saying. If, for instance, let me go ahead and take this down and let's mute it, right? I'm going to mute this real fast so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's say I move this different. Let's change the snap mode. See, that's important. Let's say I move this back. It's not going to sound, it's not going to be in tempo with what he's saying.
Not a line right.
You see how that sounds different? That
Make
sounds
the car shake. Not a line right.
That sounds weird. That sounds absolutely weird. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that it actually makes sense with and it's literally in tempo with the phrase that he's saying.
Not a line right. That might be.
That's in tempo with the phrase that he's saying. Now you can even get a little bit, you know, you can even mix it up a little bit. You can even add an extra one if you wanted to, right? Let's add an extra one and let's hear it.
Shake. Not a line right. That might be.
You see that now? But like I said, if this, say for instance, this tempo was not set to where it needed to be set, and you did this, right? Even though the snap mode is on smart, is set to smart, if the tempo was not going to be set to what it needs to be set to, you might get something like this, right?
Not a line right.
That sounds, it doesn't sound right, right? It doesn't sound right. But since the tempo was where it needs to be, and you're putting this, you're literally and keep in mind too, these audio waveforms are equal distances apart from each other. You can clearly see that they're equal distances apart from each other. So you always want to keep that in mind too as well whenever you do these stutter effect.
That might not a line right. That might be a shake. Not a line right. That might be a little outdated, but.
And that is literally it, y'all. That's literally it. All you have to do is make sure that these stutter effects are from equal distance from each other and make sure that they make sense, okay? And make sure that the tempo is set to what it needs to be set. Now, I'm going to include one more other trick that you guys can do. This is kind of like a bonus tip. You can even play with the panning, right? So you can pan your stutter effects to the left and the right. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. I went ahead and enabled this automation, and you're going to hear the stutter effect go on your left and right monitors.
Not a line right. That might be a little outdated.
You see what I'm saying? So these different types of things you can use in order to, you know, spice up your mix, spice up, you know, the vocal, whatever you want to do. Or maybe even whoever you're working with might say, you know what, could you add a stutter effect right here? You know, Nicki Minaj is notorious for this. She loves using the stutter effect. You feel me? So that is it, bro. That's literally it. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a short tutorial. But you know, if there's something that I know, I want to make sure that y'all know it too, fam. So make sure y'all smash that like button if y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all got any questions, please comment down below and let me know what else y'all want to see. I'm always open to hearing new ideas. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, fam. Gang.